Most of the people that we have who are very productive in their writing don't have the time to organize. Most of the people that we have who are political activists, they don't have the time to write. Job, not only the activism, organizing, the writing, but he did this creative, innovative development of theory and ideas, and had this vision of stuff that confronted everything. Okay? He just took it on. Now, he says that an absence of a political ideology is what we suffer from. He says we need that to clearly define the problems that we have. Don't we need that? Yeah. How come we don't have think tanks that do that, that work at that, to accurately analyze our situation? You young people, what you don't see in place, you've got to make in place. You've got to put it there. That's why you should be in these graduate schools if you are there. You with me on this? If you want to use him as a, if you want to do ancestor communion, you got to do Joe. Okay, the best of what he was. He warns, and I cannot resist this. He warns us about what he calls Messianic tendencies. Again, he warns us to beware of the Messiah complex. Nana Clark did the same thing. Messianic tendencies. And I think that's what we're doing. I think that right now we are doing that. There are people who have explanations of the Obama phenomenon that talk about that it really represents, it's a symbol of all this great stuff that is to come and so forth, which is a rationalization in the negative sense for what it is that they are not prepared to do. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. We can never use that as a substitute for sharp political analysis. And that's what our children have got to be trained to do. He said, at the period he was writing, independence should not mean domination of blacks by blacks. Now think about that. Think about that, because do you remember? You probably don't, because you got to be old to remember this. But I remember when I was active in the 60s in SNCC, the independence movement in Africa was very inspiring. We look at all these heroes there and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. So, you keep having these countries that were becoming independent, and that's supposed to be good and so forth. I'm not saying it was bad. What I'm saying is we were not thinking ahead. Not enough to get a black person as head of state. What is important is how they are thinking. What is important is how the people are thinking. What is important is what are the models that are being used for development and so forth. Is that everybody with me on that? But the excitement of that time, imagine Joe making a statement like that. Having the courage to do that, to say, that's not what we're talking about. It's blacks dominating black. We're talking about something else. You see? That took courage. Because people would be, what are you talking about? You're just negative, and isn't this wonderful? Now we have a black leader here, and a black leader here, and a black leader so forth. Didn't matter that it was neocolonialism that was being put in place.